Hey, we're really glad to have Kirsten Nelson here for a little bit. Thanks, Kirsten, for joining us. And I think we want to ask you, what have you been up to? What does life look like for you in this past year? Because you're obviously not in Wisconsin. Where are you at now?
I am still in Missouri, the show me state. It's a dream. I mean, I love Missouri. Obviously, I am in school. I am being challenged. It's all excellent. But the weather's better. The scenery is better. It's a little cloudy today, as you can see. These aren't actually even my plants. I'm in.
Because obviously, Kirsten, you've helped us out here at Fuse for a number of different years, a number of different trips, whether it be Fuse Camp or Winter Retreat. What is like a favorite Fuse moment that you had as being a leader? This
is my favorite Fuse moment, and I stumbled across this picture, and it just totally brought me back to what I was feeling in this moment, how excited I was, how proud I was. I have this picture of Tanner preaching his first little sermon to Fuse, and I just remember feeling oh my goodness, this is it, this is the coolest, because he's getting it, he's passionate, life on life discipleship, it's working. Right?
Yeah.
And this is the next generation, they're, and now I'm in this really crazy situation where Tanner was my student, and pretty soon he's going to be my peer.
Yeah.
In training. And it's just Lord, what? Are you kidding me? How cool to see him go from student to wanting to teach, wanting to be involved, wanting to, just get in there. And now oh my goodness, we're here, we're doing the same thing. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Got a horror story, got a moment that you're oh my goodness, what is going on?
It was when Isaac Yops set off that stink bomb in the youth room. I'm pretty sure Hank Gordon was his accomplice, and we had to relocate to the sanctuary, literally leave and go to the entire opposite end of the church, because it was so awful. And that night was Jenna Rataziak's first night at youth group, and I remember as leaders afterwards, we were she's never gonna come back. We're we totally scared her away, we ruined it. But also a cool moment, she did come back, and
now she's a leader.
Yeah, and look at her now.
What is your most embarrassing moment?
Oh no, my most embarrassing moment.
Or an embarrassing moment. We don't have to go the most, but.
Okay, I don't particularly embarrass easily, but I do have a memory. So last year I had planned this trip to Arkansas to see Hank and Hannah, and I was flying out of MKE, and it was this fluke or this freak storm in early November.
Yeah.
Just a random blizzard when the rest of the week had been really nice. And so my flight was I kept getting notifications that my flight was going to be delayed, and I was well, this is fine, I'm here hours early, no big deal.
Yeah.
And then it got closer and closer to my flight, and it was delayed, and I was oh no, I'm gonna miss my connection in Atlanta if this keeps getting delayed. And sure enough, it did. So I finally get an email from Delta, and they're it looks like your flight's gonna be delayed and you're gonna miss your connection, what do you want to do? And so I call them, sit on hold for an hour in the airport, just something ridiculous, and eventually get through this whole thing with this gal on the phone. I'm crying on the customer service call. There's a dad and his son sitting next to me, and they're listening to the whole thing, and I'm ma'am, it's an emergency. Like, I have to get to Fayetteville tonight. And she's like, well, you can't. And I was like, okay. So, and it like was not an emergency. It was like a desire. So I was like, I want to so bad. So, you know, whatever. I didn't get to Fayetteville that night, that's for sure. So I dropped off my car at the like mechanic with Pat Hackett. This is like so many name drops in this video.
Sure, yeah.
Dropped off my car with Pat Hackett, and first thing I did when I realized I was in trouble was call Katie Woolard. I was like, this is the person who's going to help me. She is going to talk me through the crisis. So I don't have a car, cannot get home, call Katie Woolard, and I am just sitting like cross-legged in the airport, like on the floor, eating like these cold fries that I ordered. And I'm on the phone with her and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like just tears streaming down my face. And she's like, it's disappointing, isn't it? And I was like, I'm disappointed. Like just inconsolable. People walking by me, looking at me. And I sat there for like an hour because I had nowhere to go. It was embarrassing.
I'm so sorry, Kirsten. That sounds terrible.
It really was.
Well, Kirsten, we appreciate you spending a few minutes with us, and yeah, we love you, and we hope that you're doing well, and we look forward to seeing you sometime down the road here.
Yeah, this was tons of fun. Thanks for thinking of me, and yeah, let me jump on here with you guys.